Carter, congratulations. Andre mentioned you just got off the ice. So when did you find out? Were you still on the ice? Did someone grab you when you came off? What was the moment?
No, it was actually kind of like 5 minutes after I got off the ice here. Andre called me, wished me the good news, and then I was super pumped. All my teammates were super excited for me, and then it just kind of went from there.
Now, for you being an Edmonton area kid, getting picked by the Oilers, I mean, it's a pretty cool story. Tell me about your connection to the Oilers.
I mean, obviously it's super special getting drafted to your home team. I mean, not many kids can say that happened to them. So I'm super excited to get things going and really happy to be with the Oilers here.
Andre, I'll keep going if nobody else is jumping in. Describe yourself as a player for Oilers fans and people who haven't seen you play.
I'm an offensive-minded player. Like the puck on my stick. Like to shoot the puck a lot. I think I have a good release. Good on the odd man rush. Create space for my teammates, and create lots of opportunities on goal.
Thank you. Next question from Gene Principe, Sportsnet. Go ahead, Gene.
Hey, well, congratulations, as Reed mentioned, and welcome to your hometown team. Different players have different approaches to the draft. Were you obviously were practicing. Did you watch a lot of everything beforehand, or were you just trying to go about your sort of regular hockey business and wait and hope that someone, called you and said, hey, we've drafted you?
So this morning I was actually in my dorm, just kind of watching FaceTime with my brother. He had the TV on his screen, and then I was in class also. So just kind of paying attention to class, also the draft, and then came to the rink, hopped on the ice, and then found out the good news right after I hopped off. So it was really exciting.
Just a quick follow-up. The assumption is that you're an Oilers fan, so I'll let you answer that. And part B is, if that is the case, who are some of your, favorite players, even though you're a young guy just watching when you're growing up?
I mean, how can you not like Connor McDavid? He's pretty special. It changed the game. I mean, Clefbaum, all those guys, Draisaitl, they're all special players, Nuge. So I think it'll be really cool to meet them and get the opportunity to play with them someday. So.
Excellent. Next question will be Rob Tychkowski from Post Media. Go ahead, Rob.
Hi, Carter. I guess the Oilers take a couple of guys from the AJ and with their first two picks. Can you kind of maybe tell me about the direction that league is taking and maybe the credit that it doesn't get that it deserves?
I think the AJ is a big build up for the NCAA. I mean, obviously maybe a lot of people look down on it just because the Dub might be a stronger league, but I mean, everyone has their own opinions and their own route. So, I mean, I think the best route for me was to go to college, and then to do so, I had to play in the AJ, and I loved it. Had really good teammates, had a really good organization behind my back. So, I mean, I really like the AJ.
Some players, really want to enjoy playing close to home. Others kind of are a little worried about the pressure and might want to spread their wings and go somewhere else. You obviously are quite comfortable with being in Edmonton.
Yeah, very, very comfortable. I mean, lived at home last 2 years, playing for Sherwood Park. So yeah, been home my whole life. This is my first year away here.
Today was an agonizingly long draft. I think it was 4 hours before the Oilers got to make their pick. Did it help you that you were kind of on the ice for a little bit, not having to sit in front of a laptop or a TV all day long waiting for your name?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even if I was on the ice, I would have found out the news. There's people on the bench watching it and were ready to tell me. So, I mean, yeah, it felt good to get on the ice and just kind of keep my mind off it and just be who I am and play the game again.
Thanks.
Thank you. Next question to Tony Brar from EdmontonOilers.com. Go ahead, Tony.
Carter, congratulations. I know you just talked about the pros of potentially going the NCAA route, but for you personally, how early on in your hockey career did you make that decision? And for you personally, why did you think specifically, or if you can elaborate a little bit more on why the NCAA route was good for you?
I mean, pretty much my whole life, ever since I've been playing hockey. I mean, I've always looked up to the NCAA. Personally, for me, I think just the extra development you get being in the weight room all the time, practicing all the time, and then, of course, I mean, the education as a backup plan, I would say. But definitely the on ice, the school stuff, the gym was a big big contributor for me.
Speaking of education, what are you studying at the University of Denver?
I'm in business.
Thank you. Go to next question. Again, reminder, if others want to have more questions, just use the raise hand function. Next question will be Jack Michaels from Ched Radio. Go ahead, Jack, as soon as your microphone's activated.
Carter, congratulations. As someone who lives in Sherwood Park, great to see. I do have a question for you to start off with, and that was who had the edge in your draft class 2 years ago? I mean, do you have bragging rights going into this year head-to-head against Dylan? And if so, how do you think that matchup will be? Last I knew, Denver and Wisconsin were not friends with one another.
I mean, I haven't really looked into it too much. I mean, hopefully we can pull it out over him. I'd love to see that. But, I mean, at the end of the day, me and him are hoping to be future teammates. So, yeah, it'll be good to play against him for sure.
Carter, I am curious about like the talk that leads up to the draft. Did you have any indication that the Oilers, might be an option, were interested in you? And with the way the Oilers picks were constructed, what did you think the chances would be that you might be an Oiler at the end of the day?
I mean, obviously, some teams during their draft meetings and stuff show a little more interest than others, and I mean, I think the Oilers were one of those teams for me. I didn't really pay attention to how many picks they had. Just kind of went with it and ran with it. But I mean, I'm super happy to be here at the end of the day. Great organization, and I'm really excited to get things going here.
The next question, Reed Wilkins from Ched Radio. Go ahead, Reed.
Okay, Carter, just a couple more for me. Was there anything this past summer that you worked on, either skill-wise or fitness-wise or body-wise, that you feel you made progress with going into this fall?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think a big thing for me this summer was working on my first couple steps, getting my speed up. And I mean, I think I did a lot of that this summer, and I feel a lot faster this year than I did last year with Sherwood Park. So I mean, that's really good, especially coming up into the NCAA where it's a faster league, bigger, stronger, faster players. So I mean, you got to adjust to the pace, and I think I did a good job, and I feel comfortable so far. But I mean, you can always improve on it. So I mean, yeah, I think I need to build up on that more and just keep on going with it.
And Jack touched on Holloway. I know it's from the previous season, but what would your scouting report be if you had to give one on Holloway?
I mean, he's a pretty complete player. I mean, when I played against him in juniors, he did it all. Penalty kill, power play, he pretty much carried the team on his back. He's just dominant out there. Really good skater, really good mind. I mean, he's a really good player.